All right, everybody. So here we go. We're back. We've got jungle game going Udyr on the red side. We're gonna be going with mute that. There we go. And then double check to make sure that's working. So far, so good. Okay, so we've got me in the jungle. Udyr faces an Elise, which I almost decided to pick during the pick and ban phase. Ashe and Leona for them. We got Caitlyn and Thresh on our side, on the red side. Jax v Renekton on the top, and then Ahri v Azir in the mid. Alright, so I'm going to pay attention to myself here real quick and focus on what I'm doing. Immediately you're going to see, I'm going to see Renekton spam live here in a second. Let's go. Oh, it decided to focus on me. Alright, perfect. So, this is not streaming again. No. There we go. So I'm gonna rewind that just a little bit. I don't know what was going on there. Okay. Take two. I can edit this later. I can try to edit this later. So, like I was saying, Renekton v Jax, me versus Elise, Ahri versus Azir, Caitlyn v Ashe, and then Thresh v Leona. You'll notice the first thing I do before a minute even hits, I'm in their jungle. And almost at any level of silver, you can do this. You can head into your jungle, into their jungle, excuse me, and set up an invade. Even if the invade doesn't necessarily work, what you can hope to accomplish is catching one of the enemies out, getting first blood. Rip C9. Sad. Got a nice little troll fight going on here. Leona v Elise. I don't know what that was about, but whatever. I think their Ashe was AFK for a few seconds or a minute. This is solo queue. Remember, it's solo queue. You can't trust your teammates. You don't know what's going to happen. Could you have put a ward here and possibly gotten first blood? Maybe. But more likely at this level, what's going to happen is you're going to have Elise burner flash. You don't get a leash. Nothing good comes out of it. If you can have that early knowledge that they're there and you can have that impact with multiple CC chains, that's great. If not, I'm much more interested in doing this. Controlling the enemy buffs. Here I go, I get their red buff early level 2, and immediately I take a look at the map. Okay, I ward here in case the Elise was coming up or down. I see that Azir is already trying to shove the lane and push up, so I let my Ahri know that I've got bear stance, I'm coming in, slap, already 1, 2 summoner spells, and a hell of a lot of damage down for nothing. You know, I wasted, what, 5 seconds, 10 seconds of my time? You know, already Elise has missed out on her red buff. She's heading up there. I'm going to take my buff. But what I've created here is so much pressure. You know, a ton of pressure. Look, my Ahri's losing right now. But at least Ahri has the advantage of having both Ignite and Flash, whereas Azir has neither one. Oh boy. I'm going to get my blue buff now, because I did do a lot of damage here on my mana pool. And again, I'm just going to try and get as much impact as I can. Renekton going full turret dive mode, taking 2 turret shots unnecessarily. Here we've got a nice little hook onto Ashe. Leona jumping in, doing herself a favor and stepping on the ward. And almost dying for it. Alright, so here we have Elise in my jungle waiting. But look what she's doing. She's got no vision. She didn't drop a ward here. If she dropped a ward here, her trinket, she would have known that she could have just come around here and attacked me. But because she's so timid, she's still level 2. She's level 2 and she doesn't feel comfortable enough taking the red buff by itself. And by the time I've hit this, what's Elise done? What has she been doing? She's wasting her time. I check to see if there's anyone there. There's no one there. And don't be. And I just dragged the red buff into there. Alright, look at that first kill on our side. Why? You know, Ahri had to use both Ignite and Flash to get that kill. But There was no nice burn. There you go. There was no ability for Azir to flash out of it or to use his spell shield, or his barrier, excuse me. So a kill for us in the bot lane, a kill for us in the mid lane. We're off to a great start off of a 700 gold lead. I'm farming up, even though I've already had one successful gank in the mid and stolen one of Elise's buffs. Out farming her by 10 CS at this point. You know, I'd look around the map. What can I do? There's nothing here. What am I going to walk all the way down to my Gromps? You know, there's really no ability with my HP and the current state of Jax to go gank him. So, back, bye. You know, you always have to be fluid. You should never feel like you have to buy something a certain way. I do apologize every once in a while. I stop wherever I am or I'm doing something wrong because I was checking my phone or text message or something like that. But it's not going to have much of an impact on the game. Ahri's backing to use her gold, pinging for help, but I'm looking right now, there's no need. You know, Azir's not really shoving the way too hard. I can't really CS easily into him, so I'm just going to grab my Gromps. And once I get that, I'm planning on coming over here for another gank. I was hoping Ahri would make her way down right away. But Azir started playing a little more defensively, came back. So looking around, seeing what I can do. Invade. Here I'm only going to take the big Krug. I just want to try and deny Elise a little bit of farm and get ready for another gank. Great hook by Thresh. Flay back. Double exhaust. Boom. Kill onto Ashe. Getting a little snowballing. You know, I don't know why they backed off. There was a perfect opportunity for us to get this. I'm level 5. She just hit level 4. So I'm going to draw aggro. Get the stun. You know, I'm tanking. Do as much damage. Caitlyn was backing off. She wasted her time. And at this point now, she flashes forward and then she doesn't get out of damage range and she just gets the kill for it. But at least it was an execute. She still gets the kill gold. It's not the prettiest worth, but she gets the gold. It's a little something. No vision. You're shoved ahead. Low HP. Doesn't go for the kill. Gets a couple of summoner spells, but at the end of the day, a trinket would have saved his life there. Or a $75 75 gold green ward. Alright, moving on. Get my Groms farming up. Udyr is by far my favorite champion. He's not the most mechanical champion. He doesn't have the most skill. I just love him. He's so much fun for me. I just love his playstyle. I know the timing of the red buff. I saw Elise have to back from the mid lane. Get myself another nice little red buff. Smite that. Don't want to back, but again, you know, if I see blue lane pushing up, bot lane allows me to come in. Alright, hold on. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. Alright, so here we go. You had a teleport from Jax, but he doesn't finish it up. Takes a couple turret shots. I come out of the bush, get stunned by Leona. But here I see 4 of them. Kate gets the 1 kill. She's getting hit up by Elise, so I'm just trying to come in at low mana, but at least I want to get a bear slap. You know, Kate gets the double kill. She doesn't get the lantern, so I stun up. I'm taking a couple minion shots, so I just get out of there. Overall, not bad. It could have been much worse. We get 2 kills for the 1, and also the teleport. And so Renekton's able to proxy the farm in top wave. We all back to buy. Nice solo kid in the middle. And that's the thing. You know, all it takes is 1 gank sometimes to snowball a lane. The fact that even though Ahri's not CSing extremely well, now she has that 2nd kill. She's going to constantly be able to put that pressure down onto Azir. The teleport that Jax had, now he's 2 levels down. If this was an 8v8, level 8 versus level 8, you know, Jax would be able to do a heck of a lot more damage and do a lot more trading in his favor. But Renekton's been able to deny him a lot of CS. You know, Jax had an unsuccessful teleport to the bot. Transfer blue. Excuse me. Alright, come again. You know, there's nothing they can do. You stun me, there you go. Allows Thresh to get the hook. Easy kill for our ADC. Ahri roamed down unnecessarily. Like, this was a perfect chance for Ahri to shove mid. She misses the charm, takes an extra hit. AA. There's really nothing she's doing successful there. She had a lot of gold that she missed in the middle. I forget whether they kill her here or not. No. Eventually we end up going for the dragon here because we have so much control on the bot side of the map. 11 minutes in. First dragon secured. Bot lane's pushing. Mid lane's roaming. You know, top lane's pushing. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Azir does have a lot of ability to control the minion waves. But nonetheless, Ahri is up on kills. So we're doing pretty well. Little pre-bait hook. Alright, what are we doing? Trying to set up another gank in the mid lane, but Ahri, I tell her to go hard on her charm now that he used his Q, but she ended up backing. It's a good thing I did too, because not that I knew, but Elise was coming up behind me. That could have ended badly. Renekton's doing his thing. He's controlling CS, controlling the lane, denying farm. Bot lane's doing the same thing. And making sure that it's difficult for Ashe to farm under her turret, especially with only a pickaxe. Flash, engage, exhaust, burns everything at level 5. Nice flash away by Elise, but she is going to get a lot of harass here. They do get the other chain CC, and down goes Thresh. And this is the thing, at this point, with such little health, she needs to get out of there. But at least she does trade 1 kill back. It's 1 for 2. But again, as I've said in my earlier videos, it's hard because if you give up these kills instead of just playing more passively or paying attention to the ward coverage that you have, watching Elise come down, instead of having me ping you from the other side of the map, you're getting Ashe back into the game. You know, you're allowing her to come back in and to have that ability to get that extra gold. Meanwhile, mid, you know, once I see this all going down, they show all mid. You know, I see that Azir's burned his ult. Stop, I don't care. Alright, so I ping that I'm going to be coming in. I'll flash if I have to, just to try and get a little bit of extra damage down onto him. You know, she moves in, she misses the charm, but she gets the ignite and the W. That's all I need, even though he burns barrier. I flash in, lay down the flame, get out of there. Why? You know, it's so worth it. Who cares if we end up losing all of our summoner spells at this point? Because, oh wait, Ahri's not going to farm. And this is the problem. She's backing here. We just killed her. We just killed her lane opponent. There's 1, 2, 3, all the CS. And now she even cancels her back, but she's already lost 3 of the CS. Just, you got to be cognizant. You have to pay attention to everything that's going around you in all different times in order to try and make sure you capitalize on those ganks, capitalize on those movements and those rotations. Alright. Also, again, low HP. It's decided to stay too long. There's no point. You know, clear the one wave, get the gold for the one wave and back. At that point, well, that's all you had to do. This is what I was talking about earlier. I don't have a lot of MR yet, so it's hard to really get a lot of clean CS. I can get some last hits, but at the end of the day, losing half my health bar for 4 minions isn't going to work long term for me. So try and set up scuttles and try and rotate bottom again. But Azir's staying too long. The combo hook, they get the kill. Checking my phone again. And this is the chance, you know, get the kill. You know, and this time I ended up getting down because I think it was the Elise Cocoon that burned me. Early hook by Thresh. Flash by Thresh. Yeah, she hooked down onto me, and so by the time I was able to get out, she'd gotten too much damage on me. But I don't care at this point because their jungler's down, their mid is in their base, and here we go. Finally, take that outer mid turret. Get that added extra pressure. Tier 2 down top lane, Tier 1 down mid lane. We've got control of the map. You know, an 8,000 gold lead at 15.5 minutes in. We can do whatever we want. We have deep vision inside their jungle. They have to be careful anywhere they go. We can start denying them farm. Alright. So here's the point. I'm just going to pause it here real quick. 16.5 minutes in, you've got an 8,000 gold lead. Outer turrets are down. What do you do? The huge tendency of a lot of teams and a lot of groups of people is just to start shoving mid, group and shove mid, group and shove mid. I think a lot of people aren't really taking full advantage of the fact that you still have pressure on the top and bottom wave. And so even if it's just one person, if it was me or Ari or especially Renekton, you just need to have somebody else pressuring another objective. So since Renekton was already able to take tier 2 in the top lane, he really should be rotating down bot lane to get the pressure down here. It'll either force one or two of the blue team members to stay down here and try and contest it, allowing us to pressure mid more, or we'll able to push mid and Renekton will have a free turret down here. So I think a lot of teams do that, especially around, Silver, where they don't really get that that added bonus from being so far ahead. The one thing a lot of teams rely on is, oh, we're so far ahead that we'll just win all these sloppy fights. Yeah, if the fights are sloppy, if Leona's coming around in the back lane, and if Elise is walking into us, and then Jax is coming out, it doesn't really do much for them. The one thing that's going for them is that they're kind of distracting us from getting anything accomplished. Elise is only putting herself in a bad state. She goes back just by the skin of her teeth, gets the pink smite. I'm going to chase her down, but instead a new challenger arises. Dodge the cocoon. I don't know what he was trying to dodge there. Maybe it was the thresh hook, but he burns down. But look, we had 3 people in base at that point. Look what's happened to the top lane. It's now forcing Renekton to flash. Teleport. I'm exhausted. If he had taken care of this earlier, or if we had someone up here, we wouldn't have to force a summoner spell and have someone coming out here. The only advantage we have in this situation is that we're so far behind and the enemy team doesn't really know how to recover, which is so often the case that, yeah, okay, great, we're able to do this. But it really is, punishing to us. But that's what happens. You learn the game, you get better. Renekton's being far too aggressive. No vision on the enemy team. I mean, he gets a couple of summoner spells for it, but he's here by himself. At this point, come back mid. You don't need to force yourself onto that turret. You need to take whatever's available to you. And sometimes you have to be more patient. Jesus. And without that patience, that's where teams throw. That's where teams get the other team come back in. All right, they get a nice little stun, but there's no follow-up damage. Ashe and the owner down. Thresh went for the super aggressive play, but thanks to the long range of Caitlyn, they were able to get 2 kills back for it. But by this time, Ashe has been able to come up. Oh, this is when I don't know what was going on here. I was either on my phone or my wife came home, but no, I don't think she had to come home at this point. I don't know. I was distracted. I wasn't really doing much here, so I'm just kind of sitting around, waiting. Eventually, I'll start coming back. There we go. And there we go. So again, just trying to constantly force mid fights. At this point, I'm realizing that I'm just gonna have to do this on my own. But Ari pinged for the thing, and Ari's been doing a good job. I had good work with her. So you know what? Help your laners out. If you're gonna be the tank or if you're playing your role, look at my build. Right? I'm Cinderhulk, Spectre's Cowl to deal with the Azir damage and the Elise damage and some of Jax's damage. And I'm not even trying to go Trinity Force in this one. I've got Home Guard boots with Mercury treads just to make sure I can get a lot of mobility and position myself on the map as quickly as possible. And I'm going Banshee's Veil. I want to be able to dodge that Ashe ult, dodge that Cocoon, do whatever I need to be able to help get my team in with a Chilling Smite or a Flash Stun. So look, let her get the CS. All that gold will be better put to her as a carry. Teamwork, boys. It's overrated. Besides, Scuttles is so delicious. I wanted to show that again. This was done on purpose, by the way. Secured. have a little laugh moment there with my teammates. All right. So at this point, I'm trying to get everyone to rotate because this is a perfect opportunity. You've got 5 members right here, and we are so far ahead that it's not even a contest. You've got Renekton coming in with his ultimate. You've got Ahri coming in with her ultimate. And if Caitlyn had come up about 20 seconds earlier, she would have been up here at the top of the river. It would have been a perfect opportunity to ace their team. But, you know, like I said, teamwork overrated sometimes. I thought there was going to be a little bit more follow-up. There wasn't, so just keep it in turtle. Get those flashes. I'm out. My team goes in, but there's no Caitlyn, so you know it's not the prettiest of fights. We do get 1 kill back for it, but this is silly. Shouldn't stay there. You know, I've got no mana. I can't do anything like that. The only one thing is we do get the tier 2 turret. We get a summoner spell, and because of how ridiculously far we are, I mean, look at this. She's just auto-attacking under Jax's E. It's insane how ahead we are in this fight. Jax has 84 CS and 2 kills at 22 minutes. Anyway. All right, coming up on closing time, you know we've got those outer tier 2 turrets in the bot and top lane. Only one to go. No positioning by Jax, right? No vision anywhere in their bot side jungle. They got 1 ward over here, right? For probably just to get a little minimum Baron vision. But we're so far ahead, you don't even have to worry about doing Baron. So here comes Elise, here comes Jax. I don't know what Jax is doing. Wait, I think that was a little glitch. It looked different on my map. Anyway, he's still so far ahead. Here you go. You know, there's 2 people coming in behind because, again, they had no vision there. You have a Sightstone on Leona. Whenever I play support, it's my responsibility. You know, yes, other people can ward, but it's your main obligation with your Sightstone to be putting that vision down. I see 0 vision wards on the bot half of the map from Leona, and she's in the bot side of the map. It's just, it puts your team in a bad position. So here you go, 2v4. Okay, 1 gets out, flashes. Everyone's going, everyone's burning flash. At least Renekton stays, goes for the objective. Me, I'm just telling him, keep him busy. The slow gates. No Trinity Force, no nothing. Just getting as much damage down as I can. But look, 2 of them come down for me. That's fine, I don't care. Because now we've taken that middle turret. And just laugh a little bit, because they're just falling right into my trap. We get that tier 2 turret as a result of it. Another flash. Not even into safety. It's just the fights get sloppy. Sometimes I feel like when a team has a lead, they just start making really bad mistakes. But again, the Renekton doing work, splitting. Here we go. Take the turret down. Second time I die, but I don't care. It's my second. I think it's my second death. Yeah, it's my second death, but both deaths have secured a turret. Outer, middle, and now bottom inhib. That's all I care about. If I die for a turret, then my job is done. Because now I have an open exposed inhibitor. Another kill on the Leona. Ahri makes it out. Another kill there. I told him to do dragon even though I wasn't up. Again, I was trying to get him to collapse here, but they didn't. I guess they were being kited a little bit by Jax, but they didn't have to worry about it too much. Renekton on the bot side. Just so sloppy on both sides. There's no kiting, there's no team coordination. It's just all like, I'm going to get the kill, I'm going to secure the kill. You know, we don't even have our ADC here. I don't know why he popped barrier so soon, and then he was trying to do the QE dash, but he had no mana. Why play champions that you don't know how to play? You know, if you don't know how to play Azir, don't play him. Don't play him in ranked. That's just silly. Anyway, we're taking out this inhibitor turret. Caitlyn and Renekton doing the whole split pushing thing. No rotation by the blue team. Get the inhibitor, and now it's all but over. 26 minutes in, 15,000 gold lead. There's no need to back. There's no need to Baron. At this point, I'm just trying to push the top lane just to get that last inhibitor, if we can, on the top side exposed. Team fight breaks out. 3 of them dead, 4 of them dead. Ashe is the only one alive, and she doesn't stand a chance. That's game. So again, it wasn't a clean game. In fact, it got extremely sloppy once the lead had been built up, and a team that knew what they were doing or was more focused on gaining those minimum gains back would have been able to have clawed back if they knew what to do. But like most of the times that happens, if you're so far behind, you're not going to have that ability. So Renekton and I are so tanky. We're just shooting. They do kill Renekton right before the game ends, poor guy. But that's it. 29 minutes, victory. And a lot of this has to do with just making sure it's not about the stat line. Some people are all like, "Oh, you died this many times. You killed this many times." I don't care about any of that. All I care about is making sure that there's pressure on the map and that you're constantly doing something efficient, constantly doing something that's like worth your time. Whether that's allowing Renekton to split push top, snowballing your mid laner by spending some extra time ganking there, or just denying the enemy jungler. So again, I'll watch this video in a second. I really hope it ends up working out, get all the music and audio feedback issues fixed. Hope you guys enjoy it. As always, leave some feedback. I appreciate it. Thanks.